It is time for another episode of the Cultural Hall. It is an Articles of News episode. I am back in the continental United States after almost a couple of weeks abroad. I am joined
Abroad.
abroad. It's abroad. It's an
I thought abroad
island.
had to be out of the country to be abroad.
It's across oceans.
Okay,
Uh,
halfway across an
I
ocean.
was
That's
I
good.
I it according to some people that I met, it's not part of the United States, and they wish they weren't. Does that count? There were
Ah,
lots of I'm at least more than I remember. Hey, we're not United States, please and thank you. Where I went to Hawaii.
wow.
I went to
Wow.
Hawaii. Yeah, you ever been?
I have been to Hawaii several times.
Yeah. Well, rub
Yes.
that in, Verlin. Rub that in.
Never for vacation though.
Really?
Yes.
Never?
Never.
Shame on you and Susan. When
Well,
when
we've lived east for the last 40 years, and so it's much harder to get to Hawaii. You add an extra 6 hours, 7 hours onto the flight,
yeah,
and we
you
can fly to the Caribbean, any island we want in 3 hours.
okay.
So
Oh,
it's
all right.
just a lot more convenient to go to the Caribbean. We need
Yeah,
to go to Hawaii.
good. Keep
You're
you East
correct.
Coasters in the Caribbean. We don't need you in Hawaii. We don't need you. So
Or I
many
could say
people from Utah.
Caribbean, as many people in the East or many people in the West say Caribbean.
Yeah, it's the
It's
Caribbean,
Caribbean.
like the Pirates of
It's
the
Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah,
no Caribbean. Isn't the movie Pirates of the Caribbean?
I think that's what they say, but
Yeah,
they're
because
from
they don't say
Hollywood. So,
Caribbean. Yeah, so from the
yeah,
West.
they're
How did
from the
we get
West.
here already? We haven't even
I don't
barely
know. We're arguing already. Geez,
there. There is much to discuss in news. We will
there
get there
is.
shortly. Are you in your new house? Are you
Oh,
nope.
no, we are not.
When do I
And
start? When
I hate to be able to tell you, I hate to be able to, I hate that I have to tell you that you told me so.
yes.
So, on so many different levels, you told me so. And
Yeah.
all of the different levels. Yes.
I if I had the ability, the time, or cared that much, I wish that I could go back and where you're like, nope, not us. We're getting in. We're gonna November. We'll be there by Thanksgiving. And as we
Mm.
record this, it's not even the first month of 2026. We are now into the second month.
As I've reminded my builder.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Are there financial concessions that are being made on their end for you now?
He offered financial concessions a week, 2 weeks. It was almost 2 weeks ago when he
Uh-huh.
said we were going to be in this past Friday.
Uh-huh.
But obviously we're not in, and we're
Sure.
probably not going to be in until this Thursday or Friday. So,
Do you have the what do they call it? Certificate of occupancy? Can you live there yet?
not
No.
yet. No,
Ugh.
no.
So
One final inspection, and we've had two winter snow events here that
hmm
are a good excuse for the city inspectors to not be on schedule. So,
yeah. Listen,
yep,
we were on top of it, but the
that's
the
right.
storms, the
That's
storms are
right.
what that's why. That's
Yeah, yeah,
it snowed. I saw yesterday as we record this that it snowed in all of the 31 counties of the Carolinas.
that is correct.
That's wild.
Even on the beach, it was snowing on the sand.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
that was cool.
Yeah, not
Yeah, it's
us.
awesome mostly because people here don't know how to drive.
hmm
So last Sunday we had about a half an inch of ice and sleet. Um, and so we canceled church.
Sure.
And last night, depending on where you lived in the Carolinas, you got anywhere from 3 inches to 13 inches.
Of
And
snow?
so they can't of snow. And so they canceled church again across the Carolinas.
And then it's going to be like 80 next Sunday, right? Isn't it supposed to
I hope
warm up pretty
so.
quick? Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope so. Yeah,
Send
it's
some of
been
that
cold.
west.
We'll try. We'll
Yeah.
try. You guys will get some. You're projected to have a heavier than normal February and March of
Well, we
snow.
better because guess what?
So
Daddy
there
needs
ain't
money and
none.
he works at ski resorts. So it's not coming in. Well,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm what I'm about to say will make you mad,
No
but
one.
I am betting that you will not get in by before Valentine's Day.
Oh, I have no idea. I am
Yeah.
I am really hoping it's this week because honestly, Susan's about to lose her mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And no
And
one
I am
wants
on the edge as well. I am very patient. They're doing a fantastic job. It looks beautiful. I
sure.
was in it most of the day yesterday. We're allowed to move stuff into the basement, but not
hmm
yet to the main floor. And it's gorgeous. It's great. We're going to be excited and
It's
happy. But
everything you want.
man,
Yes.
it's taken taken a toll.
Yeah. So long. So long.
Yes. Yes.
But I hate that I'm adding into it. You won't be in by Valentine's Day. Sorry about that.
I'm just gonna go book a hotel.
You
That's
know,
what I'm gonna do.
the nice thing is, are you at a place where you can say we're not ever doing this again and feel pretty confident about it?
We can feel confident about our primary home. We're never doing this again.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay,
There's
good.
a chance we might buy a beach place and who knows what we do
Well,
with
I
that.
think you should
So,
do that. I,
yeah.
as a
Yeah.
friend of yours who has not yet traveled east, I 100% think you should do that.
It's a
Let-
great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, do it today. Go
Mm,
out and get
mhm.
that done. Anything else? All is well. Susan, your better half, your far better half. Great.
Yeah, she's spent a week with the grandchildren away from all of this stress here.
Nice.
Of course, she got to the grandkids and they came down with the stomach flu right away. So
Oof.
that was a
Oof.
surprise. Luckily, she didn't get it, which is
Okay.
great.
Okay. Good. Good.
But
Good.
I do have a serious question for you.
Yes.
Something
Okay.
that's come up in the last 2 weeks while you
Yes.
were gone abroad.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you for
so
validating my abroadness, by the way. I appreciate that. I know you were
I,
against it, but I appreciate that you're like, yeah,
I,
okay, I'll go there.
I
Oh, yeah, sure.
okay, you push back hard enough. I'm not going to push. So, uh, but when you truly go abroad next time, let me know.
Yeah.
Anyways, in the last couple of weeks, I've received both firsthand and secondhand. 4 or 5 different people have reached out concerned about me.
Concerned about you
Yes, concerned about my spiritual and eternal well being.
because they hang out with me, because you hang out with me.
Well, mostly because I think on Facebook, I'm actually questioning things that are going on in our current country
Oh, geez.
and questioning some of the decisions that are being made out there, and people worried about my eternal uh, prospects because of my comments. And they've actually accused me of being a Democrat.
Interesting. Are
And
you a Democrat?
and no, I am staunchly independent, having been having a party have has left me to the right of me.
Hmm.
Um, and so I don't think I've been, that staunch left. I just haven't been agreeing with everyone on the far right.
Hmm.
So I'm
Well, if you're
feeling
not,
almost like I need to put together some kind of publication, some kind of document to publish on the social medias
sure.
to let people know where I am if they're so concerned about my eternal salvation.
Well, it's going to be 7 Hail Marys. Thank you for your confession. I appreciate you bringing this to me.
Genuflect. Yeah.
No, here's the deal. Here's the deal, right? I don't know what particular thing in the last couple of weeks you're referencing. Genuinely, every day I go, I wonder what I'm going to be infuriated about today.
Yeah.
I I'm at a loss of words in this very moment because I just don't need the headache from people to deal
Hmm.
with it.
Hmm.
I would tell you I think it's great that you're sharing that on social media and that people are asking about you. I don't know. It honestly
My
like
question is, should I publish something to kind
yes.
of tell people I, I've people are concerned about me. I don't think you need to be concerned. Here's why.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, but here's the thing that when you say something like that, you open yourself up to,
Oh yeah.
well, this is why you need to. You clearly are blind
Yep.
to this thing. I have multiple times started into something on my own personal page. I
Mhm.
am a little bit political, perhaps, on the Cultural Halls Facebook page. Some would say you're very political. No, I'm not. Trust me,
Not at
I'm
all.
not.
Not really. No.
Most of the time it's a low-hanging kind of cheap joke that I do as far as that goes. But
Yeah.
there have been several times where I have thought about posting something on my personal page. Specifically, I think about Minnesota and the couple individuals who were murdered in
Hmm. Hmm.
Minnesota, and I just think, uh, do I have the bandwidth to deal with the
The
people that will
blowback.
come, the blowback about this, right?
Hmm.
That's one thing that I think about. Another thing I think about, and this is where I sort of spin, either wind myself up or spiral down, is I think, okay, well, by not posting something, am I like everyone says I'm being complicit because when they
Hmm.
came when they came to the
When they came for
camps
my
and
neighbor.
when they
Yeah.
came for my neighbor, I said nothing, right? And I sort of work myself into some of that. Uh, I have actively, even as recent as why we're starting this episode a little bit later, I have started to take the actions that I feel like will make the biggest difference.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
as far as the world and or the community and or the people, like being Christ-like, that kind of thing. Like,
Right.
I've started to take those actions, and so I just don't know. I've gone the rounds. There's a couple of people that I sort of allow myself to be terrible to on social media. I give myself this permission to be like, "You're an ignorant pile of dookie," right? Uh,
Mm.
and they do the same to me, and I think it's just sort of understood. Like, we could go to dinner and we could be okay. I don't think that he has it out for the world. Blah blah blah. Um, but like, uh I I I'm so conflicted about it because I don't think that it's all right what's going on in so many ways, right?
Hmm.
Minnesota, okay. The Epstein files that have just been released as we're chatting in the last
Yeah.
couple of days, and I just am like, ugh. Or who knows, we might be bombing Iran as we speak, or any number of these things. Like, I just like, there's so much that I can't control, that I'm just trying to control the controllables. And so what
Yeah.
I
And I didn't want to get political here, but I guess what kind of my point is politics are a personal choice,
sure.
and I can still be a card carrying, literally active, supportive, full testimony member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and not agree with somebody politically,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I don't understand why people believe otherwise. I
Because
just don't
abortion,
understand.
Verlin, because abortion, because of a single issue that people can't get past. It's
Uh,
because you liberal Dems and your abortion. If you
uh,
changed your mind on that, I might be able to see a way. I say that obviously very inflammatory and
yeah,
excitable, but I've had that that's interesting Freudian slip, that confirmation, that conversation so many times that
yeah.
it's just like, okay, so we all right, you've done it. Verlin, here we go. So we can elect the worst person ever. So long as in lip service he will say that abortion is something that we shouldn't do. Great, great. Lay your hat at the feet of that, everybody. I'm glad we're doing this. And I know that's not that simple. And I'm not I I I can't make a path in my logical brain, in my emotional heart. I can't make a path to where I feel like this is the best thing for the United States of America presently, right? I can't make a path for it. I can make a path where I go, oh, hey, is my 401k doing better right now than probably it would be under someone else? Sure. Or he been able to do these great things? Yes, I'm also able to say that because I am a complex person who can say he has both done good and also done bad, but I struggle to be able to say, hey, this is real great. I feel real confident in the leader of the most powerful country in the world being like this. I cannot. And maybe that's religious, or maybe it's strictly political, and maybe people have stopped listening to me at this point, or maybe everyone is affirming. It doesn't matter. I also allow people to be able to be how they are, but the biggest struggle point for me is one thing, shame on me, two things, shame on us, three things, shame on. It's literally every single day. It's just the media you're watching. Nope, it's not. It's not just the
No.
media that I'm watching.
Yeah. So I guess what I go back to, and I would ask everyone to go back to, is the statement from the first presidency under President Nelson Oaks and Eyring. And to quote part of it, we urge you to spend time needed to become informed about the issues and candidates. Some principles compatible with the gospel may be found in various political parties,
Mm-hmm.
and members should seek candidates who best embody those principles. Members should also study candidates carefully and vote for those who have demonstrated integrity, compassion, and service to others, regardless of party affiliation. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm not a Democrat. I
Is anyone?
was a card carrying GOP member for the vast majority of my life, and now staunchly independent, still fiscally conservative and socially libertarian.
And interestingly enough, I also not a Democrat.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm a Green Party. No, I don't know. I was trying to think of the most obscure party I could align myself with at that
The
time.
Ralph Nader conservative, what conservation party? Yeah.
I just
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean us to go here.
no, it's fine. It's fine. You went here, and I can't help it. But let me say, for anyone who's still listening and hasn't been like, oh, this guy, here is literally what Change It has affected me with. I was on vacation. I thought I really got to do something different because this is real terrible, right? I just felt this is terrible, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you just want all the people to be able to live here illegally. Yeah, idiot. That's what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
I'm saying that anyway, yes. So what I've decided,
there has to be a better way.
Yes. Than someone being murdered. What I've decided is I'm going to actually minister.
Good for you.
So I have ministering families.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Who knew? And I'm doing the ministering. Now, here's the thing that I have enjoyed already about this. One of my ministering families doesn't live in my ward anymore, so it's already 25% easier. We got that taken care of today. Right? I'm keeping the records of the church. It's more accurate now. Don't
be telling your elders quorum president, because he'll make an adjustment really quickly.
No, what I'm going to do is say, got that taken care of. Go ahead and move that out. These other three will be great. So there's that.
Got it. Cool.
And then I think they gave me like a Kush list because I'm either, if you can imagine this, hot or cold. So I'm either like I'm coming.
You don't want to be lukewarm. You'll be spewed out of his mouth.
What am I, dross? Right?
Exactly.
But like I'm 11:30 on the last night of the month back when we did home teaching. Like that's how I am. Or I'm like I'm not doing that. So and that's a flaw with me. But I've got the Kush list as far as this ministering stuff goes because I haven't done it for a while. So I've got a member of the bishopric.
Okay.
I've got a couple that's going on a mission in 7 weeks. And again, so then another 25% easier. Dear Elders Quorum President, I'll go ahead and stick with these two. And then this woman and her husband, and I know they don't listen to this because to try and explain to them what a podcast is, they wouldn't be able to get it, right? She came up to me one time after Sunday school and she said, I love that you share in Sunday school. And I said, thank you. Thank you so much. And she says, you scare me with what you say, but I love what you say. So they are my ministering families as well. So that
Can you walk to all of them?
Can I walk to them?
Yeah.
Like from my house?
Yeah.
Yeah. I won't.
Okay.
Because it's down the road. What am I trying to get 10,000 steps? No, but the bishop, first counselor, I don't know what he is. He's not the bishop. But one of the counselors, his wife I love. She's sort of the say it as she sees it kind of lady.
Nice.
And she's like, I was like, do you want me to come by? And because I ask all these folks, this is where I'm trying to get. Sorry, everyone, it's taking a long time. I ask them, how would you like to be ministered to? Because I don't want to do this in a way you don't want it. And she said, well, we don't know you really at all, and we like to have fun, so we're going to the Patty Shack just down the road. That's how we're going to minister for the month of February.
These people are going to the celestial kingdom already.
Yeah. I said, my treat, let's go. And here's the thing, I love that. And I know not everyone can treat, and that there's some sort of privilege with being able to do that, and blah, 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 blah. But I love that she just was like, you know what? We are open to have fun as we do this. And so we're going to go have a meal and talk about a bunch of different things and get to know each other. And that will be how I minister this month. And then the mission people that are going on a mission, I'm going to go over to their house. And they said, you know what? There's some things that are real heavy and we're old. and we
Mm,
need to, we need some help with that. And I said, can we get to know each other and I'll come and give you 1 hour's worth of my time and that be our ministering? And they're like, that's great. And I said, incredible. So I like that
perfect.
I'm not doing a thing that somebody doesn't want and that it actually is impacting in a Christian service the people that I can impact as opposed to fretting, wringing my hands, keyboard warrioring a thing that isn't in my very own community, etc. So
Yep. Yep.
I tribe
Yep.
over for
I
me.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you know what?
Sorry.
I'll do all of that and you still won't be moved into your house.
Oh, thank you so much.
uh
I did send the message out to the entire elders quorum letting them know they can help me move this Saturday.
oh yeah.
So we'll see if I have to retract that request or not.
For those that are interested.
Yes.
Yeah. And anyone who wants to take me to task on something, I do have a little bit of the the old bandwidth to discuss some things. If you want to send an email, contact at theculturalhall.com. If you feel like I'm way off base, don't give me this stuff like it's a conspiracy theory or here, so you want it to be like that. Don't give me that argument. But if there is something to be said on the other side, I'm not wholly opposed to it.
And
But
share it with me too.
yeah, I
Share it
will.
with
I'll
me
forward it
too.
along.
Happy
I'll
to.
forward it along.
Yeah.
Coming up in news, we've got a Smooch Mary Kill. We're going to do
We
that.
do.
We may, in fact, have an email or two. I was just sort of looking at that. And
Mm,
I should also tell you this. When I was in Hawaii, I went to the Polynesian Cultural Center. And
nice.
very quickly, have you ever been to the Polynesian Cultural Center before?
I have not. No.
So it's in Laie, which North Shore, Oahu. That
Next to some of the best waves in the world.
Yeah, that the church bought for $2.17 an acre back in
Mm,
like 1850 something, right? Which
seems like a good investment.
the equivalent of that, and this time is like $500,000. Like what the 16 or 12,000 that they spent then would be equal to 534 or $536,000 now.
Hmm.
But here's what they do at the Polynesian Cultural Center. For people who don't know, it's different lands, and you essentially go to like Samoa land. Yeah, I'm doing this for fun, everyone. And there's
Yeah.
Tonga land,
Samoa, Tonga,
and
Fiji,
yeah,
and
and it's not New Zealand anymore. I forget what it's called off the top of their head, but we've gone back to the original name
is it
of.
New Caledonia?
No.
No.
It's even
Oh,
before
it's
that.
the
It's
Aboriginal name,
Yes,
maybe.
yeah, we've gone back to
Oh,
that, which is great,
okay.
and the way
Nice.
we should, but I just can't remember it like I can remember New Zealand.
Mm,
And so you go to these lands and you learn like that they climb the tree and they do this, or they make the music this way, or and they have you do a craft or they
here's the
play a game and
national
all this stuff,
dance, and
right?
here's the yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then the end of the night, they do a big luau. That's the big draw, right? You come to the land,
Yeah,
it's cool. It's
yeah.
actually the biggest tourist attraction on the island of Oahu. It kind of volleys back and forth between Pearl Harbor and the Polynesian Cultural Center. But you do the big luau of food, and
Hmm.
then you have some time before the actual show for the night. And you can kind of go into the shops. That's one of the things that they do. Lots of shops. Want you to spend your money, right?
Hmm.
Your
Yeah.
touristy money. Let's go. These things that'll go. Remember when we went to the yeah, and you bought it, yeah. Or
Did you buy coconuts? A bathing suit made out of coconuts?
no. And I didn't buy the T-shirt
For
that
those
looks
on
like a bathing
YouTube, I'm
suit. Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Uh, but they also do this tour where they're like, "Hey, we'll take you into the town of Laie, and you can be able to see the town and the temple, and it's an open air sort of trolley ride." And you're thinking,
Mm,
"Man, that sounds nice." I've just had
hmm.
this great meal, which it was very delicious. They have that part on point, right? And they do the whole like pig in the ground, all that thing, right? The whole thing. But they're like, do an open air trolley ride, and you're like, "Great, this sounds awesome." And I think as a member of the church, you know that very obviously that your tour guides are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints serving missions. But it like you are 10 seconds into the trolley ride before they not bait and switch because that sounds malicious, but it's like, hello and welcome to the tour of Laie. We'll be visiting the Holy Temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which we believe, and it very quickly goes from lots of cultures to we have got you on a trolley now, and for the next 45 minutes going to tell you about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which maybe, I guess you sort of engage the Polynesian Culture Center, you know that it's owned by the LDS Church, maybe you don't, but it was a thing where my wife and I, whenever there's something like that occurs, we always look at each other and we go, is this the best way? Is this a little heavy-handed? You know, and
Maybe
I
there's a more subtle approach.
yes, and I think it's when they wait. I think I can't remember if it was them or someone on the trolley asked who's members. They said who's a member, and I was like, just for clarity, are we talking about of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or are we talking about something else? Because I hate that
member of the
question.
Carolina Sports Club.
Right. Like a member of like Costco. That's maybe the question that tipped me off, and then we were off into the races. So, what does he hate BYU and he wants abortion? That's how this conversation has gone.
Well, I hope you had a lovely vacation, although I do believe you ruined it by taking a red eye back from your vacation. If you're going to spend the money on the vacation, spend the extra money to take a daytime flight.
Hey, East Coaster, you don't understand. You can't fly off the island of Kauai during the day.
What? It's all red eye?
Yeah, they don't. You either have to like waste your last day by leaving at like 8 or 9 in the morning.
Yeah. Like all of us that fly back from the West Coast to the East Coast do all of the time.
Yeah, literally. But it hits different in Hawaii. Or you
it's just the same as LA to New York.
Or you just suffer overnight one time.
Yeah, but then you wake up the next day and you're groggy and you're not.
Wake up from what? I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still feeling it, by the way. But it was great. It was great. I appreciate that people are still listening at this point. I know we shouldn't have gotten political at the beginning. It really just is a frustrating thing for me. It is.
And I don't mind really anybody's politics. I just believe in fact. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fact is, all right. Okay, we'll do Smooch, Marry, Kill, maybe an email when we come back in the second half of Articles of News. You know, the turning of another year makes me start to think about how I have not done one of these ads for Best DJ in Utah in over a year. I'm sorry, everyone, but it means business is good. It means you should hire Best DJ in Utah. Why, that's me, and I even have people that work for me, trained by me, affordable, and travel all over. Literally all over. Going to Florida this year, for instance. And this year means 2026, not this year, which could have been several years in the past, like we've been doing. You can go to bestdjinutah.com, or you can go and find us on our Google business page. It's Best DJ in Utah. You will see that as of the recording of this, almost 700 5-star reviews. Find out what so many listeners of the Cultural Hall have already found out. I'm great at parties. I'm great in your ear holes, but I'm also great at parties. So find out if I'm available for your date. We can help you out. Weddings, baptisms, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, funerals. I'll do a funeral. BestDJinUtah.com. Here in the second half of Articles of News, we do actual Articles of News. Hit it, Peter.
You can't lose Articles of News.
And away we go. We've got your Smooch, Marry, Kill coming up, but I'll do an email real quick. First, this from Carrie. I believe Carrie. Carrie is the one that read our book suggestions and was disappointed that I would recommend such filth. I'm interested to see, Carrie, and this is just me and you talking. No one else that can hear us right now. David Archuleta's book, Devout, comes out 2 weeks almost, the 17th. Mm-hmm. So I might do a little binge on that if you want to. I don't know what it's going to be like, so this is not technically a recommendation. It's just this is coming out. Anyone who might be interested in kind of book clubbing that, let me know. Contact at theculturehall.com. Carrie writes, "Oh, how much I love the interview with Gainalyn Condi. I was introduced to her when she did Real Talk, which was the best.
It was good.
We loved Real Talk. Yeah. And I don't even know, because I haven't really gotten into the story with her, except that I know it was heartbreaking for her. She references it a little bit in the episode. She says, Carrie says, we loved Real Talk, was shocked when it was canceled. Big mistake. Yesterday, as I was reviewing the scripture block for Come Follow Me for this week, I saw the following note for Moses 6:29. Quote, in our theology, we believe hell is a condition and not a destination. It is a descriptor not a destination. That's Talmage in 1930, who said that there is an entrance and an exit. Brad Wilcox said, "We believe in a very small hell and a very big heaven." Those both quoted in Real Talk, January 27, 2022, when we were doing this just 4 years ago, that being the Old Testament. I hope that you will share this email with her, says Carrie. Another great interview, Richie. Thank you, Carrie, with gratitude. And then goes on to say, I love the title of Under the Bonnet of Heaven and Hear Her. You can't go wrong. So thank you, Carrie, for those things. I have been in touch with Jenny. We are going to get those started pretty soon. And I've been in touch with Vicky about the Saints Who Sport. We're getting our friend Mr. Mayer. He is building a musical intro for Saints Who Sport, and then we will try that again. So,
nice.
Yeah. Or Saints Who Don't Sport with
Excellent.
the BYU this most recently.
Oh my gosh.
We're the best second half team.
We're the best team at almost winning.
Yeah. You've got a smooch, marry, kill. Let's go.
I do have a smooch, marry, kill, and it fits very much with the theme you were just on in terms of come follow me.
Okay.
We're obviously studying the Old Testament, and there's some really fun stories in the Old Testament. I'm really looking forward to some of them, because some of them, if you tell them as they're told in the Bible, they're really rated R, and I'm not sure Sunday school teachers will be able to handle that very well. But speaking of something, in the Old Testament, there are lots of different modes of transportation. So you have to choose to smooch, marry, or kill one of these three modes of transportation.
All right, pause. Is this recommended from our favorite sisters?
This is from our favorite sisters, the McDaniel, Osborne, can't remember the last names of all of them, but the McDaniel sisters.
The McDaniel sisters,
prior to marriage, yes.
Okay, all right.
So 3 modes of transportation. The first mode, again, smooch, marry, kill, one of these 3, Balaam's nonstop talking donkey. That's number 1 mode of transportation. Number 2, Jonah's whale. You have to be inside the stomach. You can't ride on the outside.
Okay.
And then the last one is the she-bear, for those that remember the story of Elisha and the 42 children who mocked him.
Okay, so I have to ride a she-bear?
You have to ride on one of these 3. You have to smooch, marry, or kill these modes of transportation.
Okay. Well, I think that I think I'm going to kill the ride inside the whale. I mean, there's certain context I need with these, right? Like if we're talking like the time of Noah's Ark and everything is like waves and flooding and all these things. Okay, maybe I'm, there's no land to see. That would be a condition where I'd be in Jonah's whale, I could do that. But otherwise, I like to see where I'm going, so I'm murdering Jonah's whale because I like to see where I'm going. That's the easy. Again, I think context matters for who I would marry. If it is a long travel, I like a little companionship, so I'd marry a talking donkey. If I'm going for days on end, I'd like someone to talk to. Now, if they're just talking and I don't get to have conversation, then that's a tight one between killing Jonah's whale or, having to talk for days on end.
There you
Conversation, I'll take it. And then I'm probably smooching just so I can say I did it one time, riding a she-bear.
Okay. Well, we're a little different. I am dumping the she-bear. I'm going to kill the she-bear. Sorry.
Were you afraid of bears?
I'm afraid because she's mauling. She mauled 42 children. I'm sure the instincts are going to mean that she's going to maul me too. So,
but no offense, you're no child. Go ahead.
This is true. I'm not a child, and I already have a bald head, so I'm not going to mock any further. Number 2, I would smooch Jonah's whale. Because I don't think it'd be that rough, and I love the ocean. I think it'd be really cool to have an experience riding inside a whale. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
The problem is, when he spews me out of his mouth, what else comes out with it? I don't know, but I'm sure I can rinse myself off.
Well, sure, but you were in there with it, so at that point, do you even notice that you were in it?
I've changed, really nasty children and grandchildren's diapers, and things can only get so gross. So I guess I would be marrying Balaam's nonstop talking donkey because, like you, I like a conversationalist, and who doesn't want to be able to refer to a talking ass regularly?
Yeah, I mean your wife does, so you should be able to too.
Wait, she refers to one, or she...
Yeah, she makes reference to a talking ass all the time.
Thank you.
Oh, I wasn't saying you. I just was saying
Oh, there
I
you go.
happen to
Yeah.
have heard
Okay.
her. Why is he like this? Why does he do this?
Thank
Okay.
you, McDaniel sisters. Thank
Yes,
you for
huge
the.
thanks. Even
And
though he
they
couldn't,
sent a couple of others. We'll see how the next episode or two go.
I want a tease subject matter for the next one that we'll do together because I don't do
Then
these with other people. Just
this
subject
is true.
matter.
This is true. There are a couple.
Just
Your
one.
vote, smooch, marry, and kill on what you think the forbidden fruit really was.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Don't tell
Okay.
me the other one. Save it because we'll tease
And
the
there's
other one
more
for the next one.
coming. You got to listen to get smooch, marry, kill. Yeah.
And listeners can do, I won't do them except for with Verlin, unless they're specific and should be done with someone else, kind of like we did in our
Yeah.
1000th episode with Richard Dutcher. You can email them, contact@theculturalhall.com, and we can get those done.
Please.
Okay, so let's get to the news. We sort of talked about it. I like your ending with the story that you talked about, so we go there.
Yeah.
But where do we start? He asked exasperatedly.
I really enjoyed Jana Reese's article about Mormons and our devotion. I think it was
Oh.
really interesting.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, so she talks about members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and specifically references studies that have been quoted both positive and negative over the last year or so about younger members of the church and their devotion to the church. And are they leaving the church? Are they coming back to the church? What is the case? She says the data clearly shows they're leaving the church.
Mhm.
But she goes on to talk about the devotion and kind of worship and religiosity of various age groups in the church. And I always find this very, very fascinating. And so she talks about, and she references four groups: boomers / the silent generation, Generation X. By the way, that's me. And
Same here.
I'm a very old Xer, and you're
I'm
a young
very
Xer.
young. Yep.
And then the millennials, which are my children, and then Generation Z, which are now the young adults of the church, or the youth turning to young adults. And she talks about attending church at least weekly. 2/3 of Boomer silent generation attend weekly, and 2/3 of Generation Z attend weekly, with the Generation X being about 60% and the millennials about 63%. The question I thought was most interesting and wanted to cut to the chase here was around religiosity, specifically wearing garments.
Yeah, geez,
And
this was remarkable.
it was remarkable, but I have some questions, and I would love to talk to Jana about how they figured this out. But wearing garments, 84% of boomers and silent generations say that they wear garments. 42% of Gen X, that's half.
Yep.
And then 36% of millennials and 41% of Gen Z, albeit the Gen Z responses were less than 100 responses, because that's a very younger generation. So very few of the respondents had gone through the temple.
Sure. So it might be a little
still,
skewed because of this smaller sample.
But they are children of the Xers. And so most likely. And so it seems like they're very consistent with their parents. My question is, how did they ask the question? Is this, do you wear your garments? Did they ask the temple recommend question, which is, do you wear your garments both day and night as instructed in the temple? Or did they ask, do you wear your garments regularly? Or did they ask, do you wear your garments at all?
Well, the survey question would indicate you're taking this survey right now. If you have been endowed, are you wearing your garments? Because it says wearing garments at the time of this survey. I don't think that this is necessarily what that question is, but like, you sat down, you're doing this survey. Have you been endowed? Yes. Are you wearing your garments as you are filling out this survey? Yeah. So it could even be that. There is a little bit of context needed for that.
Yeah, there is. Because what I have noticed, and being able to see the way my parents talk about garments, and the way I think about garments, and the way my children think about garments, I have noticed my parents are very much wear garments all the time unless they absolutely can't be worn. I'm not going to go swimming at the public pool in my garments, right?
Yeah.
I'm very much wear my garments a majority of the time. But if I'm heading to the lake, or if I'm doing an activity where I'm not going to be wearing my garments, oftentimes I will travel there without wearing my garments, right?
Mhm.
And I've noticed that a lot of younger generation people, they may get up in the morning and go work out in the morning. And so they're
Sure.
not wearing their garments when they work out, and they come home and they may do homework and work and chores and whatever they're doing. And then whenever they take their shower,
Sure.
then they switch into their
Yeah,
garments,
you
right?
sort
So
of you're
lots of
getting ready, and so
different,
then you put them on. Sure.
yeah, lots of different approaches to it. Um, as a church leader who interviewed lots of people for Temple Recommends, I asked them if they wore their garments as instructed in the temple,
Yeah.
and
You
it's simple yes or no.
you didn't put your own yowd
And
interpretation on it, huh?
never, never. I didn't ask, do you wear underwear under your garments? Do you
Yeah.
do this? Do you
Well,
do that? No,
does the
that's
brassiere go over or does it go under?
that's right. That's right. And so, you know, I think it's interesting. I also thought it was actually very positive that almost 39% of boomers, 30% of Xers, 36% of millennials read their scriptures daily. Now, again, to the question, I listen to my scriptures almost all the time. I don't read
Hmm.
them. I don't know if people answered if they were listening to scriptures. Did they say that they read their scriptures? I don't know. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Do
I
they
thought
take
it
it
was.
as a literal question or they, yeah.
That's right. How literal are they? Because we do have a tendency many times in our church to take things literally, sometimes overtake them literally. And then the other question I thought was interesting was praying daily. And so 55% of Xers and millennials pray daily, where 76% of boomers pray daily and 46% of Gen Zs pray daily. Again, I don't know the definition of pray daily. I don't. Do you have the question handy
I I
for
uh
praying?
I I I don't only I have what's in the survey and I'm trying to find if I
If I,
appear
I
that I
mean,
was a
if I,
little distracted,
if
I'm
I
trying to
bless
find.
my food once a day at least, is that praying daily? I don't
Yes.
know.
Are
Or
you
or were
pray?
people taking it literally in terms of, do I sit down and have a personal prayer with the
No,
Lord
it's
every
do
day?
you pray daily?
Yeah,
Address
yeah,
deity in a prayerful manner, and
right.
then you start to get some things like that. It just says pray daily as far as the question that I
Yeah,
see as I'm looking at it.
yeah.
Um,
So do I fall on my knees every day? I'm going to be the first one to admit I don't fall on my knees and pray every single day, but I do pray every day. And I've shared this lots of times. I pray often when I'm in the car at 70 miles an hour plus.
yeah. So
By
does
myself, I am praying. I'm often talking to the Lord and asking for his counsel.
you can't. It's harder to close your eyes at that point
It,
when
yeah.
you're
Who
driving.
who said
Yeah.
you had to close your eyes to pray? That's primary, right?
Dogma. Dogma says you have to close your eyes.
Yep. I have a
Uh,
prayer in my heart. So
I'm
yeah,
trying.
I think it was interesting religiosity. And then the last question was all about sacrament meeting. And do people enjoy sacrament meeting or not? And we don't have the time to go into the details, but I think that has a lot to do with personal maturity as much as anything else.
I'm trying to find the name of Jana Reese's new book.
It is.
There's the Next Mormons that came out a while back, but there's another project that's coming that's sort of like a double up. I saw it when I was looking on Kickstarter the other
Hmm.
day. So okay,
Oh,
well,
okay.
yeah, I mean,
So are young members leaving the church? They are. I think you and
yes,
I have talked about some of the reasons we believe that they're leaving, and it doesn't have so much to do with doctrine. It actually has more to do with culture and social structure
yep.
as much as anything else.
Let's go here. A couple quick stories. 100th anniversary of the Institute of Religion program of the Church of
Yeah,
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Um, the total enrollment, 457,000 young adults worldwide. The program includes more than 35,000 participants from other faiths. The program began in 1926 near the University of Idaho in Moscow, Idaho, home of the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival. Single teacher J. Wiley Sessions was that lone first teacher that started into this. It has expanded to over 2,700 locations in more than 170 countries. The curriculum has evolved to be more flexible and digital, aligning with the Come Follow Me schedule in most recent years. The program focuses on young adults ages 18 to 35. Interesting, though, I think you can be older than 35 and be enrolled in Institute. Someone email me if that's incorrect. I think that there are like adult Institute classes that you can attend, or at least there used to be.
not as many as there used to be.
Do you know, can you not do it?
I think it's now focused almost entirely on those that fall within the YSA age group.
Yeah, focused on, but could you like
No one's
audit
going
it
to kick
or
you out
yeah,
if
yeah,
you show up,
yeah.
generally.
Because I
But
think what
they don't organize quote adult only or older adult only classes anymore like they used to.
and you have to put up with being the old person in the room too.
That's true.
Like if you go, and then with that celebration, as we record this tonight, Elder Kieran and his
Mm-hmm.
wife Jennifer going to be speaking about the 100th celebration of the Institute program. So way to go.
The I thought the interesting point here is the Institute organization CES is claiming that 35,000 young adults of other faiths belong to Institute. And I would love to see the correlation to how many of those are taking, uh, oh gosh, I'm now being old and losing. What's the name of the educational program out of the University of Idaho that's available around the world?
BYU Pathways?
Pathways. I want to
Yes.
know if those are all 35,000 Pathways students who are required to take Institute courses.
No, you got to think that there's a certain thousand of them that are the BYU Provo students that have to take institute classes
Sure. Yep.
that, to be at the university there. Then you have that certain contingent of Arizona State University students who are taking an institute class so they can get the better parking in a university that has no
Right.
parking. But if you
And you
are an
got
institute
BYU Idaho,
yeah.
similar.
Yes,
Yeah.
BYU Idaho similar. BYU Hawaii likely has some that are not members of the church.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
think those numbers probably add up to less than 5,000. I'm guessing that the majority of these are Pathways program
yeah,
students.
yeah, could
Yeah.
be. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Another quick story to kind of go along with that. Elder and Sister Razband, they are going to be part of the Roots Tech Family Discovery Day.
Mm-hmm.
That is coming, of course, again, happens every year. It is the largest festival of its kind, Saturday, March 7th. You also be able to get it on demand after the fact. You can go to churchofjesuschrist.org or rootstech.org to be able to see that or attend that. You can attend large portions of it online, but if you've never been in person, you should go and check it out.
The next story I liked was the churches continuing to buy property and here domestically again in Texas. The church has just purchased about 3,000 acres of land in the central Texas city of Kyle. For those that don't know where Kyle is, if you know where San Marcos is, kind of halfway between Austin and San Antonio, Texas, Kyle is near San Marcos. Um, and so 3,000 acres, and it appears that the church is planning to develop that acreage. I'm wondering if that tells us that maybe a temple is going to show up between San Antonio and Austin,
but
because currently the temple that's being built in quote in Austin is being built actually a half an hour north of Austin, Texas. And this would give members in that area of Texas another temple. And it's an area that is growing like gangbusters. My guess is if the church just held on to the land for 5 years and resold it, they'd double their money.
yeah, I'm curious to see all of what this is because I was also, though I was just in Hawaii, I was also just in Texas, and I got to connect with the wilds of Texas.
Ah,
And Chow has a lot of hubbub about this particular land purchase for the church.
mm,
There were lots of strong feelings on
yeah.
either side of this, so we
Well, I
we
think the
won't
whole
speculate.
Fairview experience is providing some foundation for those strong feelings too.
But I think it's more like environmental and or ag land discussions with this particular piece of property, as
Yeah.
opposed to we don't want
And
a
that
thing
was
here.
that was actually a controversy with this property prior to the church even having any interest.
Yes.
There,
Yeah.
it used to be part of a larger ranch, one of the mega ranches in Texas, the Nance Ranch in this case, which is actually small compared to some of the other ranches in Texas. And yeah, the concern of is was it going to remain agriculture development? What's the impact to kind of the local environment as well?
The church met with Uzbekistan leaders, just like they do with any organization that comes here. They show them around town, look at what we do, and then being able to meet with the leaders of Uzbekistan. What I think is fun is that they come here because Utah differs from other regions. The role of religion in public life, its influence on social relations, and its importance in strengthening the unity and cohesion of the population deserve particular recognition. I thought that was interesting, and I just wanted to say Uzbekistan during today's episode. So I
Well,
said,
two cool things. I think it's cool that Elder Gerard went there recently, and prior to that, Elder Bednar had been to Uzbekistan. The other interesting fact is they do not recognize many religions at all officially there, meaning it's not legal for those religions to proselyte, but they're having this interesting conversation with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I
mhm.
also know a member of the U.S. State Department who is assigned to is Uzbekistan, who is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, is a senior staffer in
Hmm.
Uzbekistan today.
I want to skip the Michigan story for this episode. We'll get it in a different episode. What story would you like to do next?
I think it's interesting to talk about. We all listened to President Nelson and changed our habit in terms of how we refer to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And
Mm-hmm.
there's some conversation again now of, is that going to be strictly adhered to on a continual basis under President Oaks, or do you think things will change?
And it is my strong belief that we will never go back to like, I'm a Mormon campaign or, Mormon.org. I don't think that we'll ever go back to that as find out about the Mormons. I think that in our language, in our vernacular, I think that we'll go back to doing that. But I think that we've gone now too far down the it's a win for Satan road of saying Mormon to go back from an official church stance, but I think that you will see people far more be like, it's the Mormon church.
Yeah, I think there's some interesting things that were identified in the article here, and that I tend to agree with, which is because we stepped away from that terminology and we've become so militant in some cases
Mm-hmm.
in enforcing the other terminology, we've actually lost what control we had over the Mormon brand.
Sure.
And it used to be that if you searched on Google or your favorite search engine or now AI, if you would have just typed in, what can you tell me about the Mormons? The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints would have appeared more prominently. And now it doesn't.
Yep.
And now you get things like the Broadway play, or probably more often than not, those things that are kind of anti Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Sure. Or just sort of in that neutral gray area, like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, or some of that stuff, right? Those are the things that come up.
So I think it'll be interesting to see. Although I also still cheat. For those that most probably know this, if you go to the church website, what do you type in?
LDS.org.
Churchofjesuschrist.org or LDS.org. I
Yes.
type in LDS.org every single time.
Yes. In fact, it was only just the last time I paid my tithing that I didn't go to LDS.org to pay my tithing. Now I do it through the Tools app because it's just that much easier.
Yeah.
But I always would go LDS.org, donation and done.
Yeah. I log in multiple times a week because of my church responsibilities, and it's always LDS.org.
Oh, I thought you'd just like to be like, they still have it, right? They still got my payment, right?
Well, it just points to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's all it does.
So, let's see here. I thought that this was sort of an interesting story about, let me get there. Where is it? Hold on. I lost it. I want to get her name. Powell, I think is her name. There it is. Stacey Powell, Lieutenant JG. What is that? Lieutenant junior grade? What is a JG?
I have no idea what JG is.
Junior.
I don't know Navy. I don't know Navy ranks and grades.
Shoot. Lieutenant Stacey Powell made history by graduating from the Naval Chaplaincy School Basic Leadership Course. Sister Powell, member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, at the age of 49 became the first female active duty Navy chaplain endorsed by the church. She's stationed up on Whidbey Island up in Washington, and as a Credo detachment chaplain, she focuses on spiritual well-being, resilience, and marriage family retreats for military members. She's a faithful pioneer willing to serve wherever she is called. I think that it's significant that she and her husband got married at age 19 and age 17. She was 17 and he was 19.
And they were both completely inactive at the time.
Yep. While stationed in Yuma, Arizona, they saw missionaries at a grocery store, which prompted them to go back to church, then sealed in the temple. I have already made the call out because some of my favorite episodes is when we were talking to the female chaplains previously, to be connected with Sister Powell and to hear all about her life. So look forward to that in an upcoming episode. I don't want to regurgitate most of this article because we're going to hear it from her, but significant. I think that now, I don't know that there are, and maybe you can do a quick Google search while I say this out loud. I'm not sure that there are chaplains in the Space Force branch of the military.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't imagine. Maybe there are.
Why not? Why wouldn't there be? It's in any it's any branch of the military where you have people that need the benefits of chaplaincy.
Okay, well, tell me if
Right.
there is. Tell me if there is. But otherwise, I think we have already had a female chaplain in all of the branches now that we have completed with the Navy. Do we know yet? I'm stalling for you.
Yeah, it says there are no Space Force chaplains.
Okay, see? So not
At
that
least according
ridiculous
to
when I
Reddit.
said that.
So I'm not sure how correct that is, but according to Reddit.
Yeah, so kind of correct.
Wait, AI says yes, there are chaplains who serve in the U.S. Space Force. They're technically part of the Department of Air Force Chaplain Corps.
Okay.
These chaplains and religious affairs personnel are embedded at Space Force bases.
Okay.
So
it falls enough under the Air Force that it's not its own separate thing.
To your point, wouldn't it be cool to be a Space Force chaplain and be on the first journey to Mars?
Yes. And if nothing else, just to be able to say I'm a Space Force chaplain.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I mean, naval chaplain sounds cool.
I think the interview will be awesome. There's some really interesting circumstances around how and why she decided to become a chaplain that I think are really special.
Yeah, so we'll let her tell her story, but I thought that was super cool. Yes. And kudos that people are being able to see that as an opportunity. Let's do this, and then we'll do the final story, and then we're done because someone got me started into a rant at the beginning of this episode. I don't want to point out who that might have been. But Elder Bednar, President Johnson, and Sister Runya are speaking at Women's Conference. Has Susan ever been?
No, she has not.
I stood outside of Women's Conference the 2 years that I was at BYU when it occurred, and we handed out
Did you have a sign that said "Hug me" or "Free hugs"?
No, it was listen to the podcast, please, so I can have a job. Was what our tent and or like postcards that we were handing out.
This was from the previous show that shall not be named.
Correct.
Okay.
But this is a big deal. I have always wanted to go to either this or what's the other one they called? I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Education Week. Right?
Yeah.
Education Week.
Yeah. This is April 29th through the 1st of May. It's held on BYU's campus. You can stream a lot of it online, but going in person is what I'm told is the hack. It's this year's theme is taken from Sister Nelson's 2000 address, Solving Our Marriage and Family Problems Through Celestial Therapy, where she said, "May we arise and shine forth as women of light." So I think that's pretty exciting. I think if that's the kind of thing that you like, I don't know, are you holding out a bingo card going, "Oh, I hope it's Elder Bednar this year," or "Oh, I was really hoping to be Elder Uchtdorf"? Do you care about that, or you just go, "Yeah, I'm excited that's happening. Great, good for that."
Not to be the cynic here all the time, but I looked at this. I was listening to another podcast that shall not be named, they were questioning why this charges a fee to participate in this, and shouldn't this be free to everyone, and shouldn't the church just cover the cost of this? And then I thought about it, and realized we pay for youth conferences, we pay for FSYs, and this is just FSYs for adults. So of course there's going to be a conference fee, and so no issue in paying for a fee for all of the facilities and food and use and all of the things that come along with it.
So my thought is a little bit in line with that. I heard that as well. I think that you should pay if you can, and then I don't think that we should exclude anyone.
Yes,
who
just
can't
like an FSY.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because I think that it's important, and I don't know. It shouldn't ever be a thing where you're like, oh, it's where I take issue with some other things. It's where I don't think that you should ever lack on spiritual blessings because you haven't paid a thing.
Because you can't pay. Yeah.
Yep. And then
I
real
agree.
quick, this isn't in the stories that we were going to talk about, but I want to just talk about it very, very briefly. President Oaks, that is prophet of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, speaking at BYU the 10th of February. He will be the campus devotional. That, if you want to get away with something on BYU's campus, that is the day to do it, because everyone will be in the...
It will be a packed house. Yeah,
Yes.
if you want to do something else on campus that you don't want to do around crowds, that's the day to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
it was interesting. So the campus, working on campus, the campus sort of shuts down for a devotional. They encourage you to sit at your computer if you can't make it over to the center to watch it. I would anticipate at BYU, it will literally be like, we are watching this here.
It's going to be a ghost town. Will
Yeah.
the Wilkinson Center, will the Cougar Eat even be open?
So what I bet they do, and I don't know, and if they don't, this is a miss. Why wouldn't they do for the devotionals every Tuesday a watch party? Let's go to the
Yeah.
Cougar Eat and get some food, and we'll watch this
Absolutely.
thing.
Yeah. Put it up on the TVs for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, now to our final story, and then we wrap this thing out.
Yeah, this is a great story. The church is putting additional emphasis on Palm Sunday in the week before Easter for the entire church. And so the First Presidency, number one, came out and announced, first off, we're just going to have 1 hour church on Palm Sunday because for Easter Sunday, we're actually going to be in general conference.
Right.
And so the week prior, we have 1 hour church where we're being encouraged to bring friends and neighbors and others to church for a Christ-centered sacrament meeting service. And so we should all be on March 29th having 1 hour of church in preparation for Palm Sunday and Easter week. And then Easter week, I don't know about your ward. My ward is making very specific plans for communication. Every single day of the week, there's going to be an email going out from the ward council with some video to watch or some special message or some activity to do as a family as we participate in the week prior to the crucifixion and the resurrection. And in fact, I was asked to provide one of those special thoughts during the week.
Oh, interesting.
So I thought maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll post a link to each one of those in the Cultural Hall Facebook page.
That's great.
Every
I would
day
love that.
of that week.
I would love that. I think our ward, we're doing a temple day the Saturday before Palm Sunday.
Nice.
And then we're getting together that Saturday night. It's not stake conference for us or anything like that, but they're doing like a Easter week devotional that Saturday night. And then we have the 1 hour meeting, the Palm Sunday that sort of kicks it off, I think is what I remember.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now as a ward council, we had already planned before they made this announcement of 1 hour church only. We had already planned, because it's the fifth Sunday, to have a special, is it not? It is, yeah, fifth Sunday. We were planning to have a special Palm Sunday service for all of the adults to talk about Palm Sunday and setting everything up for the next week. And then we were going to have a Palm Sunday linger longer after church for everyone and their families. But because the First Presidency came out and said 1 hour church only, and please spend the rest of your time with your family, we thought it probably wasn't appropriate to do the linger longer either.
Yeah. Easter this year early, so lest people be thinking, well, is the church going to be moving to a 1 hour Palm Sunday, 1 hour Easter Sunday as we move forward? I don't think that that's what they're saying, although I think that would be an interesting flex. It will always be an hour on Easter Sunday if we're not in general conference, because they did make that change a couple of years ago. But will we always do a Palm Sunday? Probably not. However, if you can remember 20 years ago, and I'm not making a dig at your age saying, can you remember 20 years ago, Verlin? I'm just saying, if you can remember 20 years ago, we were not embraced in these sort of Christian traditions, these broader Christian traditions, as much as we are now. And you're thinking, oh, yes, we were. Your family was not. Oh, but this is how I know that it is gone this much further for the church and for the state of Utah. In our legislature right now, there is a bill, and they think that it will likely pass because it has received endorsement, wink, wink, from the church to make Good Friday a holiday in the state of Utah. Utah does not recognize Good Friday as a holiday. And because we have leaned so heavily into we're Christian too, they're going to make it a holiday in the state of Utah.
I think that's interesting, and I actually applaud what they're doing. I
Agreed.
think that's wonderful. That's great. And you're absolutely right. 20 years ago, nigh 10 years ago, we
Mhm.
weren't having these kinds of discussions
Nope.
at all. And
Yep.
I'm trying to think, are there any other circumstances where we might start celebrating things that others? I mean, Mardi Gras is, always a potential. So
Yeah. We'd have to call it something else here, and we wouldn't do beads. I'm not sure what they would think. I mean, there's a lot of things we got to figure out. But yeah, I just thought that was so interesting, and also
it
interesting to
is.
note that there are only 12 other states that recognize Good Friday as a paid or observed holiday for state employees. So
Mhm.
So take that. We are leaning full into our.
Yeah.
We're just like everybody else, except
That's
we're
great.
not
Well,
like
let's
everybody.
let's absolutely think about Palm Sunday and take that whole week seriously. It's a very important week. Obviously, the resurrection is what we celebrate the most, and we love talking about. But all of the other things that happened that week, there were great things taught and experienced. That if we understand them, we understand Jesus a whole lot better, and
Mhm.
can be better servants of His.
Yeah, I like your idea of sharing your things. We should put our brains on some other stuff that maybe we can do. We've done stuff in the past for that week that maybe we can just reshare that.
Mhm.
I know that there's always new people coming in, and unfortunately, because of my tirade at the beginning of this conversation, people leaving. So who knows? Maybe they've come back for that. I feel about 0.5% bad about the way that this started. So sorry, everyone. So
It's my fault.
yeah,
So all the
I
blame's on
blame
me, not on
I
Richie.
blame Verlin. I think that's it then. Shall we wrap this sucker out?
Let's do it.
All right. We hope that this episode has nourished and strengthened your body,
If you weren't healthy to listen this week, you'll be healthy enough to listen next week.
and that when the time comes, you will be able to travel home in safety. In the meantime,
Go Tar Heels.
let's go Debbie Wanless,
Chris at Alpine Lakes Travel.
Chocolate Cake Bites Podcast,
The Tiger with a U.
and Latter Day 3D Studio. We will be saving a seat for you
On the back row
of the Cultural Hall.
Save me a seat, it's sure to be neat. On the back row, we really gotta go on the Culture Hall show.